At the end of the day, I guess Breeze AI and Breeze Intelligence probably stand out to me a little bit more than the Marketing Plus announcements. And it's not because those features and functionality aren't going to unlock really cool use cases and have a big impact on customers or prospective customers for HubSpot, but it's a build off of what was announced in the spring. And so for that reason, some of the announcements with Breeze AI and Breeze Intelligence stand out to me a little bit more. And there's two big reasons why. The first is we're hearing about AI and the way that it is empowering businesses more and more every single day. And I think that the companies that embrace that and find ways to help drive operational efficiency and increase productivity of their teams are going to be at an advantage. And Breeze AI specifically positions AI capabilities directly inside the tools that go-to-market teams are using day to day, and really makes it easy for them to take advantage of AI functionality within the tools that they're using to execute on their roles and responsibilities, their marketing campaigns, their sales outreach, those types of things.
You're listening to RevOps Champions, a podcast created for B2B leaders to help you align your people, streamline your processes, trust your data, and leverage technology in order to grow your business. Emily, it's awesome to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
I've been waiting for months for us to get this episode started. What an exciting time to be doing this, right after Inbound 2024. I mean, there's so many things we could talk about with regards to that amazing event that we of course visit every year and have a lot of fun and learn a lot of new things and meet some awesome new people. But I think for this episode, what we want to focus on was, so HubSpot now uses Inbound for their fall product spotlight, in addition to the other one that they do each year, which is the spring spotlight. I think from our perspective, from what we've been chatting about, there were 3 big announcements made. Do you want to tell us what those 3 are?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Inbound's always a really, really fun week for us on the Dynamico team. Great opportunity to talk with HubSpotters, learn about where the product is headed. And last week, HubSpot announced 3 really exciting product announcements. So the first announcement that they made is Breeze AI. So HubSpot launched earlier this year ChatSpot, or late last year, functionality called ChatSpot.
Yep.
And Breeze AI is really going to bring a lot of ChatSpot functionality directly into the HubSpot platform itself. So a lot of really cool and exciting things coming there. The second announcement was Breeze Intelligence.
Yeah.
Breeze Intelligence is really HubSpot taking the acquisition that they did in acquiring Clearbit a while back and really embedding data enrichment, buyer intent and form shortening capabilities directly into the HubSpot platform and providing access to those types of capabilities within the HubSpot platform in a new and exciting way, without having to integrate with a third-party data enrichment tool.
Right.
And then the third one was a ton of new features and functionality, as well as enhancements to some of the features and functionality that were announced at the Spring Spotlight in both Marketing Hub and Content Hub, also referred to sort of as a package or as a bundle as Marketing Plus by HubSpot. So happy to break those down a lot more, but 3 really exciting and really cool product launches that I think are going to have a big impact on our customers. Real
Value adds. I know even prior to these announcements, we were already very excited by Marketing Plus with, in the introduction of Content Hub earlier this year. But I think it was also a really smart move of HubSpot. And of course, I love the name Breeze, because HubSpot's already known to be the easiest product to use. And of course, what goes well with easy than breezy, right? Or in this case, Breeze.
I'm guessing somebody on the brand side got paid some big dollars to come up with that.
Yeah.
They did well.
Absolutely.
Money well spent,
I think
they
nailed it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is there one of those that you are, I guess, most excited about?
Yeah, I think, at the end of the day, I guess Breeze AI and Breeze Intelligence probably stand out to me a little bit more than the Marketing Plus announcements. And it's not because those features and functionality aren't going to unlock really cool new use cases and have a big impact on customers or prospective customers for HubSpot. But it's a build off of what was announced in the spring. And so for that reason, some of the announcements with Breeze AI and Breeze Intelligence stand out to me a little bit more. And there's two big reasons why. The first is we're hearing about AI and the way that it is empowering businesses more and more every single day. And I think that the companies that embrace that and find ways to help drive operational efficiency and increase productivity of their teams are going to be at an advantage. And Breeze AI specifically positions AI capabilities directly inside the tools that go-to-market teams are using day to day, and really makes it easy for them to take advantage of AI functionality within the tools that they're using to execute on their roles and responsibilities, their marketing campaigns, their sales outreach, those types of things.
Yeah.
And on the Breeze Intelligence side, HubSpot, AI has been a huge area of focus for every business. But another big area of focus, at least for marketers, is the fact that cookies are going away. And that means that having access to robust data in a single source of truth, the ability to enrich that data is becoming increasingly important to businesses. And so I think Breeze Intelligence is really, really exciting given the timing of when it's being announced, the fact that we are getting rid of cookies, those are going away, that third-party data or lack thereof is going to have a big impact on customers and their ability to market in the same ways that we have in the past. So I think there's a lot of excitement around that as well.
Yeah, and I think it's, on the Breeze Intelligence product, I think another thing that's good to note is that, for our clients who are already using HubSpot or any business that's using HubSpot currently, who is also, in addition to HubSpot, has some sort of data enrichment tool that they're sort of paying for and integrating separately.
Yeah,
that's potentially no longer necessary, right?
Yeah, 100%. HubSpot's, Breeze Intelligence is going to bring that data enrichment and buying intent data directly into the HubSpot platform. And yeah, you're exactly right, Brendon. There's a lot of HubSpot customers that probably have a tool that is integrated with their HubSpot portal today. And this opens up the door for them to reevaluate if HubSpot's Breeze Intelligence functionality might be a better solution for them. Mm-hmm. I know that it's an area that businesses are investing a lot of money. Those that have data enrichment tools are investing, typically $15,000 or more on average in those tools. And to be frank, it's an area where a lot of customers aren't super excited about or satisfied with the tool that they're utilizing, either because the quality of the data isn't there, or the way that they're able to extract that data out of the system and sync it over to a system like HubSpot can be somewhat limiting. And so I think this unlocks really cool new opportunities for people to shift that budget into a tool that's going to already guarantee that data is accessible and able to be leveraged inside of their smart CRM platform. And hopefully we'll have a higher rate of satisfaction in their ability to use that data and the way they're able to take advantage of that tool.
Yeah, which I think is actually a good segue for one of my favorite sessions, which was the session that you and Ali did called Garbage In and Garbage Out, which, you have to believe that, again, and that the other cool, branding part of Breeze Intelligence is you can already see people shortening it to BI, which of course is already a known thing in a lot of businesses talking about data and intelligence.
For sure.
I'm guessing, based on what you and Ellie talked about in your garbage in, garbage out session, which we hear about a lot on this show, where a lot of our guests say, well, whatever you're doing prior to, bringing automation or implementing a CRM is going to be augmented. So whatever you're doing manually is going to be augmented by the technology that you use, which I think in this case, assuming that, businesses are doing the right thing, do you think that sort of data hygiene is going to be easier with these product announcements from HubSpot?
So before I talk about like, does this make it easier? I think it's important to recognize why it's important. And I think why it's going to become increasingly important. And that is, we just talked about the importance of a unified single source of truth on customer data, being able to enrich that data. And the reality is that in order to do that, we need to have data syncing from other systems. And when you've got a single source of truth and data that's coming in from a lot of different places, that being systems, people, both could be sources of how that data is getting input into your CRM. By increasing the volume of data coming in, the number of systems and people that it's coming in from, having governance, standard processes in place to help keep your data clean is absolutely critical to any tool being able to take advantage of it and utilize it. And so I think it's extremely important for us to focus on and talk about the importance of clean data to make sure that teams can access and fully maximize those tools in the way they intend to. Mm-hmm. That's probably a whole nother podcast episode in and of itself. Yeah. So I'll leave it at that. But I do, to answer your question, I do believe that these announcements will help. Number one, I see Breeze AI as helping to automate and through AI identify things like potential duplicate contact records or company records, and to help flag, where you might have fragmented data even within your CRM. And in a tool like Breeze Intelligence, I see it being a product that enables teams to actually append their data or fill in maybe where they currently have data gaps, meaning missing information on, for example, a company, maybe the location, the size, the number of employees, how much revenue they do a year, some things that may help sales teams really quickly identify companies in their database that may be a good fit for them to reach out to and prioritize who they're reaching out to. Now, if you have all that data in your CRM, you can do that today. But a lot of times we have gaps in the data that we have access to inside the system, and sales reps in this example or marketers can spend a lot of time chasing those things down. And so I think Breeze AI and Breeze Intelligence is going to help data, stay cleaner, and also to enrich the data that already exists inside of client CRMs for sure.
So I guess going back to, the big three announcements, even though it looks like we're talking about them continuously, what else should people be excited about, or why are these products so important at this time?
So I guess the reason I think I see these as being important, and I know that HubSpot does, is that the reality is that this year there's been a lot of economic uncertainty, and with that, challenging markets to navigate. We're seeing shifts in the way that buyers are behaving. We're seeing, sales processes across a wide variety of industries slow down. More buyers involved in the decision and decisions around how budgets are being allocated. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times those budgets are also shrinking. And whether those things are directly impacting you or directly impacting customers that you would like to be doing business with or are doing business with, or both, I think almost every business is feeling some of the implications of those things on a daily basis. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of times companies are trying to navigate those challenging environments with systems that are not easy to use, that take a lot of time to see value from, and that are not, as unified or aligned with their data and their teams as they could be. And so I think that HubSpot's announcements are really helping to reposition businesses to reinvent the way that they're going to market using a system that is, in fact, easy to use. As you mentioned already, HubSpot is one of the easiest tools to use on the market. It's a really unique solution in that way. And so providing companies with an easy to use tool, and fast time to value from implementing the tool. And then also that is deeply unified with their systems and their processes, their teams, so that they're able to really leverage those capabilities. I think it's just coming at the perfect time, given those economic challenges that we've all been trying to navigate over the last year or so.
Yeah. So I guess what you're saying is, I mean, and I think we have these conversations all the time. It's been so challenging for so many businesses, these last 18 months. But at the same time,
last 4 years.
Well, yeah, but for some reason, the last 18 months have really felt like a bit more of a drag since interest rates, went up. And of course, the good news is now they're starting to come down again, which we believe will have a positive impact. Of course, the challenge for a lot of business leaders is, things are tough, are hard in the macro sense, but you still have to be reinventing how you essentially go to market, within your business, because it's the sort of the paradox or the irony of AI is it's making it possible to do things differently and better than you did before, which, doing that when things are already slow, of course, seems sort of a little counterintuitive. But of course, we know that the businesses who do make these investments now are going to benefit tremendously as soon as the sort of the market and the economy picks up again here towards the end of the year and going into early 2025.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call out, Brendon. Making the investment right now, I think not only positions you for success and being able, putting you in a position to take advantage of upturn in the economy and the market and things like that. I think it also helps your team right now. If budgets are shrinking, or in a lot of cases at least kind of held steady, it's more important than ever that your teams are as productive as possible to manage that overhead. And so I think these tools really give them an opportunity both to drive productivity out of the existing employees that they have without having to increase that overhead while we wait to see how quickly that shift occurs, and then also puts them in a really strong position when we do see that uptick in the economy and the market starting to go back up, also will benefit them there too. So kind of twofold there.
Yeah, really good call out. Anything else that sort of stands out to you that we should be thinking about, or anyone listening, whether they're current clients of ours or just people who are using HubSpot or are interested in HubSpot? Anything else that stands out to you that we haven't talked about yet from the fall product spotlight?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our time so far, Brendon, has really focused in on the three main product announcements that HubSpot talked about last week. But along with that, there was a number of supporting launches that HubSpot briefly talked about, and there will be a lot more to come. It's really quite impressive the amount of product development that HubSpot has done in the last year. And there's a couple that I'm definitely excited about, and that I think will be really interesting to both existing customers and people who are, either considering HubSpot or maybe that considered HubSpot in the past and it wasn't a good fit for. And one that really stands out is the ability to store sensitive data, and specifically highly sensitive data. Right. So for those who aren't familiar with that, sensitive data can be things like race or religion, just general information that is considered protected. But highly sensitive data is like a whole nother level of data security, or comes with a whole different level of data security implications. And that's things like storing social security numbers or bank account numbers, credit card numbers, and things like that.
Right.
In the past, HubSpot wasn't really a good fit for that type of information. And so if it's critical for your business and some of the processes that you want your CRM to support, to have that information housed in the system, HubSpot really wasn't a great fit.
Right.
And this sensitive data announcement that came out of Inbound last week unlocks a whole number of new capabilities and potential opportunities, and actually meets the needs of those businesses now. So I think it's just going to open up a whole new space in the market, but also unlock new opportunities for existing HubSpot customers who maybe weren't able to store that data and utilize it to support their processes in the past. So that's one that definitely got my attention, and I think will be really exciting to a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I mean, entire industries like the medical industry, the financial services industries that up until now had very limited use for HubSpot's, the rest of HubSpot's incredible product, but now they can actually really embed HubSpot with that addition. So That's a really good,
For
really
sure.
good call out. And then Emily, as we wrap up here, any other advice for folks who maybe haven't yet been able to check out HubSpot's latest product releases?
Go take a look at them. Like I said, super impressive product development over the last year coming from HubSpot.
Yeah, that's always so impressive, right? How much they add to the product in a year is really unbelievable. Yeah.
Shout out to HubSpot's product team. Job well done. But yeah, go check it out if you haven't already. You can find a link right on the homepage of HubSpot's website. There will be a product spotlight.
Yeah, and we'll
link on there.
And we'll put that in the show notes as well.
Take a look at it, and yeah, if there's questions that you guys have, our team loves to talk, kick around ideas and talk about how some of this new features and functionality can be used, potential use cases. Take a look at it. Let us know what your thoughts are. Love to hear feedback on what you guys are excited about, and excited to see how this impacts the market and unlocks new opportunities for potential customers with us in HubSpot.
Yeah. Awesome. Emily, thanks so much.
Thank you, Brendon. Happy to be here.
Have an awesome rest of your day.
You too. We'll talk soon.
We will.